How's it going, guys? We're here to check out our skin picks for the week, starting with the Ace set from Lisa. So if you guys like the door, well, there is now a high quality armor set that goes alongside with it. We've got the mask here. Now there's two different versions. One, it has it kind of like cut at the top and it looked a little bit funky, so I decided just to show this one. I think with this full crown around the top and the way it's done on this one looks a lot better. So that's why I went ahead and showed that one, but the alt is added to the list if you guys are curious to take a peek. The chest piece has pretty much the same design as the door. We go ahead and cycle around the back, you've got the big ace sitting back here. So definitely a cool looking set for sure. In addition to this, we also have a snow jacket. Something a lot of people have asked for is there's not really any snow jacket or the jacket skins. So with this week, we've got a really nice set brought to us from Bad Trip. It is a roadside helmet made to look like a Lumberjack hat, and I just really love that. I think this is really cool. And of course, the, set's called the Lumberjack set, so I mean, makes sense. There's a hoodie and pants out there by someone else, and I think the two would go together quite nicely. Well, you can't wear the hoodie, but the pants would fit with it. Anyways, we've got typical looking. You've got your earmuffs, you've got the plaid, everything that fits right there. I like the little hatchet symbol. That's quite cool. We've got the same symbol down here on a nice little kind of leathery looking snow jacket vest. Got all the plaid, of course, because, you've got to have that plaid. Just doesn't make sense without it. And I actually really kind of like the strapping on the back. I think it's definitely a cool little set there. But that actually does it for our clothing. This week is mostly guns. But we do have quite a few deployables for you to check out, starting with a redo and a bringing back of a set, and it is the Scrapper Furnace. This now is having a glitch again, so a cool way to fix the glitch, which I believe Johnny let me know last week, is to place another furnace next to it and then turn it off and back on, and I think both have to be running. Let's see if we can do that. See, it doesn't always work for me either. I'm not sure. But anyways, they do kind of glitch out. It's not supposed to glow as much as it's glowing. But this is the Scrapper Furnace, a very popular set. I'm glad to see some more put into it. Anyone who likes some Warhammer definitely loves the feels of these for sure. Next, we got some doors, and we've got this awesome little vending machine door. Now, I know Hulk really doesn't like overly textured stuff, so he may not like this one. But I wanted to show it because I thought it was a really cool idea, and it's also from a newcomer. So good job on the door. I really like the look of it. I think it's quite unique, and I think there went a minicopter. Definitely a very cool concept and idea. Hey, maybe Hulk will say, it just fits under what is, too overly textured. We'll just have to see. Moving on from M-Demon, we've got a redo of his shark door, and I really like it. Fact that it looks, it's not Jaws, but I mean, it's got the barrel in its mouth, but it's a rust oil barrel, so it's just kind of a cool thing. It makes me wish we had, sharks chilling around in the ocean. We need something out there, maybe one day. Next, we've got this really beautiful door right here, and I couldn't get the lighting to just work right. It's kind of making me angry, so we'll open the door again and take a look at it. But this is the Midnight Door by Odyssey. And it's got this beautiful night sky going on behind this like steel tree, and you got these little mushrooms at the bottom. There's just lots of little details to it. I think it's a very beautiful artistic door for sure. Next, from Vitalik, he went ahead and removed the neon from his garage door and redid it a little bit, and we now have the turret house door from Vitalik. And I think it's very cool. It's got the same get out and same kind of feel, but it looks a little more rusty and kind of raidery. I also like the little, buttons for the laser sights. I think that was cool how he, kind of painted over a rivet for that. It's those little details that kind of make a difference with doors, you know what I mean? Well, with anything, honestly. The back here, as you can see, is pretty much kind of a standard rusty looking garage door roller. It's got some extra paint to it and some details, so he definitely put a little work on it there. Next, from La Crempe, we've got a continuation in the military series, and it is the military bunker door. And I know people have been begging for these kind of doors. I love these kind of things. The military-esque look is something I love completely. I think he did an amazing job on it, and it is just a great little garage door. We'll go ahead and check out the back here, and it's kind of just got like an old rusty roller. Nothing too special on that side, but, you know, everything is mainly here. And I love the kind of rust through it and everything. It definitely looks like it has seen some time. So that's something that fits, of course, with rust so much better. Moving on, we've got a little garage door sleeping bag brought to us by World this week in the continuation of the Best Friends set with the Best Friends bag. And there's some people that really do love this set, so I think the garage door sold quite well, and I think this sleeping bag could do quite well also. So, hey, that's why I want to go ahead and show it. It's cute, and there's definitely a little room for cute every now and then in Rust, honestly. So let's go ahead and take a look at everything else. All right, so first up, we've got a cool little hammer from Andre, and it is the Sea King, I think? Is that correct? I'm trying to think here. Sea God hammer, there we go. Sea God hammer, had to tap out there for a second, double check. I think it's got really neat design. I like how kind of the original wood comes through a little bit as well. It's definitely an awesome looking hammer, and I think a lot of people would love this one. So definitely made sure to show it to you guys. Moving on, we've got half of a new tool set. The other pickaxe, I guess, wasn't quite done yet, but this is from a newer creator to Rust. They seem to have plenty of experience in other games, of course. This is the Strange Fury Hatchet. There should be pickaxe coming soon. I think if it makes it this week, I'll go ahead and toss it up into the list there. But yeah, Trix has done a great job. It's kind of got a simplistic but clean look, but also very different. And there's a skull on it, but it's definitely not human. And I think it just kind of makes it unique, kind of like a creature or something like that. And, you know, it doesn't quite fall into, oh, too many skulls. Definitely has nice little colorations to it. Next up, we've got a fun little revolver, and this is the Flower Hunter revolver by Hatson. If you like your flowers, you'll definitely like this one. Again, you know, there's always a little room for cute. I like the actual little scissors on the back, because, you know, when you're going to go pick flowers, you definitely want scissors with. Makes it a lot easier. And I think this is kind of a cool little effect, you know, something different to be put when aiming down the sights. Next up, we've got a double barrel for you. This one's brought to us by Little Ranger. It is the Rat King double barrel shotty. Aiming down the sights, you've got some very decrepit, angry looking rats staring back at you. A custom wooden screwdriver there, and you've got die written out in tape. A few other things. Definitely looks very, very scrapped together. And I think that is just something that makes this fit into the game perfectly. I also like that whoever was painting it forgot to wash their hands, and they left their fingerprints right on the front of the gun there. So that's a cool thing. And the implementation of the bean cans is always a cool thing as well. Next, we've got a Python from Teddy, and this is a continuation in the Wasteland Rodent set. And it's got, you know, pretty much what you'd expect. It's kind of got that Wastelander paint, a little bit of a Ronin touch. What I like is when you aim down the sights with it, it has lots of nice detail. I like the little arrow that is part of the set pointing towards this is where you're supposed to aim, guys. It's definitely a cool little revolver, and I love the look of it. Let's go ahead and reload it. There you go. And I forgot to reload this guy, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. There we go. Moving on, we've got a new SAR. This one is brought to us by Fi this week, and it is the Sailor SAR. And as you can see, it's got lots of little nautical themes to it. It also looks like there's a lot of corroding bronze on it, which, you know, gives that weathered, salty look to it. Aiming down the sight, you've got something different. You know, instead of just an anchor, it's got a nice little pattern around it and the red highlight to it, and I think that's just something that adds to it a bit. You've also got a red painted, but not glowing sight, of course, which is quite nice on it as well. I definitely like the little details of it, and it has a very nice kind of worn nautical feel to it for sure. Next up, we've got the Blaze Master Pump Shotgun from Devsky, and again, it's got those awesome flames, and it, you know, it's engraved nicely. I love the little details to it, and it's got all this kind of like wastelandy look to it, which I think is something we haven't gotten a lot of. We've gotten a lot of clean weapons lately, so it'd be nice to start seeing some kind of wastelandy stuff added into a kind of, well, I guess it's a post-apocalyptic game, at the very least survival game. So that's what you got there. Moving on, we've got a continuation in the Imp set. We saw the first part with the nice SAR last week, and this week we are seeing a custom SMG brought to us from the same set. Has all the little details that you would love. It's got that kind of like monstery, cool little look to it. and it just has kind of a unique color to it that's just a kind of brushed steel that's very different from a lot of the other guns you've seen in game. Moving on, we've got 2 MP5s for you this week, starting with this one. Again, it's very kind of like hand-painted, raidery looking. It is the Old Barrel MP5 by Kazor. I think it's definitely very cool. I like how it kind of has like a fade color going on to it. The only thing that is a little unfortunate is aiming down the sight is quite boring. There's not really much going on there. Hopefully that's something maybe they can touch up between now and Thursday or something like that. That would be a great little effect there. Reloading this one made me realize I never reloaded the custom, so let's go ahead and get back there. I'm trying to get better at it, guys. We'll get it all nice and smooth one day eventually. Next, we've got a sweet MP5 brought to us by Madros. It is part of his Frostfire set, and it is, of course, the Frostfire MP5. It's got this nice kind of dark, worn steel color to it, and then some beautifully painted, you can tell it has that kind of like nice hand-painted look of some blue flames. It's a little different than always having the red flames. You know, blue and green always have a place somewhere in fighting games, or shooting PvP games, I should say. Aiming down the sights, though, again, a little bit plain on this one. The MP5s weren't too exciting this week with the aiming down the sights. Again, they've got some time to go ahead and work on that. Let's go ahead and show the reload on this puppy right here. Is it gonna... animation? You gonna stop? Are we... We are out of pistol bullets. That would be why. Wow. Well, that is fantastic. Let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Alright, now you've seen it. Moving on, we've got a very cool AK from the recent Punkish set from Milo. I love this AK. It's probably one of my favorite guns this week. And it just has this nice wooden extra kind of paneling to it. And it's just all kind of scrapped together, but it has a nice fresh look to it as well. Aiming down the sight, you've got that little skull from the Punkish set. And altogether, this is just a really cool looking pieced together AK. Definitely something I would love to see and pick up myself. Next, we've got a very cool Crusader AK. A lot of people love the whole Crusader thing, so I think Devsky's doing a good job with this one. It is a stockless AK. Aiming down the sight here, you've got some of the iron crosses, and pretty much the whole front of the AK itself is gold. It's definitely got some regal, holy look to it, and definitely fits into that one for sure. Let's go ahead and reload the sucker for you there. And there we have it. Alright, we've just got 2 last skins, so we're not going to make a cut. I'm just going to pull them right through. Right here, we've got a very cool looking M39. Again, very wastelandy, which is kind of something I looked for this week. It's from Comp, and they're also a newcomer to the making of skins for Rust. It does have a bit of kind of like an older, worn, torn look to it. This gun has definitely seen some times. I like the Rust effects and the, I think that says stay alive. Stay alive, I think. But anyways, yeah, it's... Again, a little bit boring aiming down the sights. I wish there was maybe a little bit more colors that could have been done there. But definitely love the outside look of this thing for sure. Oops, what is it doing? Aiming down the sights. Reloading. There we go. N. And we want to look at it. There we go. There you have it, folks. And lastly, we've got a very cool looking LR for you. This guy is the Firestarter LR from Anathan. I think... this thing is just it's such a unique fire truck red. We don't really have a whole lot of things like that. And aiming down the sights here, you've got some unique little symbols and stuff put up. The colors aren't the brightest, but at least there's something unique kind of textured to it, which I think is always a plus with guns. Definitely a cool looking LR. Definitely love the details on the clip there too. Very cool, kind of like honeycomb effect. But that does it, guys. That's the skins for this week. I hope you like them. Sound off down in the comment section below to tell me which ones you like the most or any kind of feedback you want to give. I will try to get it to the right people. As always, we'll be back Thursday to show you which ones actually made into game. Thanks for watching. You all have a great one.